Okay, you need to listen to the story. Okay, so anyway, first off, I want to state, at 31, I have a moon base that looks just like K&D. Before I go into detail about lesbian cop who looks like a jalapeno, this is a very serious video. I mean, Lily, I tried to express to people that, I used to live through Newgrounds, Lily, and somebody called me out for dwelling in the past. Therefore, I'm going to give you the up and down. It's connected to domestic violence in this video. So, what happened before I even got to this place, it's called Alpha and Omega, was I beat the rapper T.I. Actual rapper, I beat T.I. And I had, a flow that was very similar to Fabulous. This video starting off all messy. That's just fact, this is fact for now, but anyway, when I got there, I knew how to use Panmime, I knew how to use piece my body in this lesser situation. What ended up happening was I became the Mirage, so I used a Kolyoko character who played football. The girl Lily with the retainer, she originally had braces, but I gave her a retainer. I made her sound like Beavis and Butthead. I became Mirage, and I wasn't scared of anything because, I had the news hand radio. Just BTI, the game is still working. Now what happens, Lily, is there's 3 big TVs downstairs and upstairs. Already trained to be in ghetto. I prefer places that are ghetto because people aren't shit, to real life in the suburbs. Because I learned not to be a picky person. Now, it's a catch story too. There's a lot of stuff that's connected between a bum and a millionaire. It means I know people ain't shit, and I just want to be alone. And Lily, one of my greatest traits, of being a celebrity was I want to see something how it is by itself with no emphasis. Like, if it's a play, if it's a movie, I don't want anybody to exaggerate shit. I want anybody to make me feel a certain way before I watch the movie or anything. I just want to see the shit. I also had 4 best friends, Lily, that are all black people. What ended up happening was, the reason why I have to say when the game is working, Lily, this video's gonna call out everything, even when the game drags on. Because this is several fucking tests, Lily, because at Alpha Omega there's a pastor. I knew how to beat everybody in a fight because I was good at boxing. The pastor failed to wall my many ways. But he was just testing it out in front of his wife. He was like, oh, we got a little mental problem, Lily, because what I did was I caught him off guard. With high, I would low, and I hit him with the uppercut, Lily. So yes, I'm gonna ask you no questions in this video. You actually boxed the pastor. And John, the other brother that was over there, Lily, was a Beastie Boy. Lily, I knew how to be just like a Beastie Boy because I have a comic book character named Boomer. And Boomer gets all the girls. Lily with their disrespectful face of white people. I don't like how Boomer Lily is pimping and getting all the girls. I like when he just had special ability like the Shark got you. I like when Lily, he was just a nerd character. I said, fuck you, I need to live. This is the whole reason why I took meditation shit, and that's why I do the whole difference between my Uncle Tommy and my Uncle Sonny. Lily was my Uncle Tommy was heavy on meditation. Lily took Sonny to a class. I used Sonny fucking anyway. So what happened was the BET special that I was there at Lily when I was yelling with my girlfriends and my friends. We were watching DVZ and rap videos. BXS at home had a sequel. Lily, I'm like, okay, so I'm keeping it up. So I kept it up. Lily, I hung out with my girlfriend, Biggie Smalls Desiku. And I prefer something like Neo. Now, I know the difference between being eloquent and being lazy, and people get fucked up, and people actually, when I got home from the hood, want to take it for ransom. So the reason why I'm saying that is that I'm getting to critical ages, and the reason why this video is probably being made that I have to skip for because somebody doesn't want me to have proper delivery for this video is I submitted to be an emo. You wanna know why? Lily, I have to, state, later on. I'm not actually emo, like I don't actually cut myself, but my mom was put in a position, Lily, where I asked. When she asked me, Lily, do you like, cut yourself and shit like that? Because I'm into horror movies, Lily. It's this robot, Lily, that controls me. Before she was Chi-Chi, because before, I was a mob boss, Lily. And when I said poker face, I made her Chi-Chi, Lily. I had to do a whole bunch of psychedelic shit, Lily, with Japanese was Lily, trapped the autistic kid. Lily, and the autistic kid only won because of being right, And Lily, what ended up happening was they made a play that looked just like the shit I did to my mom. That looked just like Wallace and Gromit. That was all when I first got there. I also had a girlfriend named Mariah, Lily, who had, a Holzer genes. I knew a lot about, punk and hip hop because I wanted to make a movie that's specifically for linear people. And linear is the actual fucking thing I do with little ass fucking kids that don't know that I do how I bang, this is snap. And what linear is, Lily, my uncle's linear, the one Lily that's sleeping in his room. Lily, what linear is he's known for throwing the straight because he's known for being one of the coolest guys in interaction. What Jason people do is they bring something big to a linear table. Like if a Jason guy, Lily, and the linear person face off because it happened to me, it happened to pass to happen to everyone. That's part of being a man. That's when you face somebody in the movie, Lily, you don't have a good reputation. Here's what happens, Lily. The linear guy, Lily, gets the girl definitely at school. But you're talked about, Lily, you don't do rumor school, you don't do hot shot around town. And he offers you to a movie, Lily, the other guy, Courtney, a second command. What happens externally is he starts complaining that you're here because you have a better reputation, and you end up being him in the movie, because that's the rule behind the Jason Lily. Later there's a whole bunch of tricks, Lily calls you gay, this and that. Then you say one thing that stands out, Lily, that he has to confess, Lily, on top of all the information. But what ends up happening, Lily, well, the reason why I'm making this video is because, I had somebody named Pojo, a copy of me, if you will, Lily, make a video game that was like, Dragon Ball Z, but similar to a real fight when they already had Dragon Ball Fighters. This is a 2D fighting game like Street Fighter. When I had my wife, I had, the biggest hit on the radio, Lily, I was king at that. So that's the whole big of this video. Anyway, when I'm still talking, I'm still, giving speeches. When I have an anime character named Skills, I was based off a girl I grabbed. Literally, I end up, making a speech from down the street called I Hate Everything About You, while taking James' girl, Lily, Catherine, Lily, when I was stronger than him, Lily, doing one fit, Lily pretending to be the Great Saiyan Man, Lily, throwing her around like a fucking superhero. Goes on roll, I'm like, James is his shit, all he does is ride on a skateboard, and he goes and pretends to fuck Catherine. What I do down the street is, after I get done watching the Devil Wears Prada shit on TV, there was a whole bunch of shit in the group home. There was Spider-Man, there was Devil Wears Prada, everything was rewarded by collections. I even get, a mirage from me and my homie, Max, and Matt, that I used to be in Boy Scouts with, that they were gonna be, the two white guys from the Boondocks in my show, my anime, Lily, and they're gonna have a super, formation like Virgil when they talk on the fucking payphone. I wasn't scared shit, I had everything. I put my music on the radio, I made sure I did everything for money, like Mr. Krabs, Lily. And so, if you don't know, my name is Eric Smoothie, Lily. I'm a mainstream rapper, Lily. I have a flow like Fabulous. But that's not the point for this video. The point, Lily, is I got put back in the suburbs, Lily. I got tortured, Lily, for 3 years of my life. I started reading, Lily, and I started, to actually, want to, do things like, Lily, hunt myself over the government, not girls. This is how fucked up and shady life is. Like, Lily, you don't know the rule behind XYZ. XYZ is a girl that you can play about in high school, and she has potential to have really a good relationship and friendship that's funny, an adjective, Lily. And when your mom breaks you down and refers you to sports, Lily, she puts you in the phase, Lily, with something slow and impactful beats XYZ, and it pisses you off, Lily. And this society still negotiates with you, and that's where the little kid comes in. Because they use autism to regulate the population anyway, I Hate Everything About You goes like this, Lily. I reference my older brother where it comes to, mainstream media. What I do externally through I Hate Everything About You is I state that nerd still has access to pornography, and that nerd is injustice, and that nerd is this and that, Lily. And then I admit, Lily, because that's what my brother used to tell me back in the day, Lily, you're still watching porn, you're still doing this and that, and I made the mistake in my wife. So what happened when I got to her group home is I started imitating LimeWire, like watching all the Naruto AMVs that used to be put on LimeWire. I started, downloading all that, Lily. I even imitated some myself. I knew how to make beats, so I made this beat, right, Lily, and I showed everybody what I could do, what I couldn't do in the hood, like deeper, Lily, before I got to the hood. Lily, I made a song that's a crossover between Too Short and Lil' Kim, Lily, and then, Lily, you hear Too Short, Lily, say Lil' Kim. It was a Morse code because of how much I kept on, mixing the song, that on top of the football player, on top of everything. I wasn't scared of shit, so guess what ended up happening? I figured out that I was up against a bop and weave, and a bop and weave destroys everything social, destroys everything that's taekwondo, Lily, because a bop and weave forwards you to autism, and it pisses me off. I didn't understand that I was masculine. Now what happened over comments, Lily, I worked so hard because I had comments, because of putting music on the radio, that I figured out that lesbian cops would just push a button, Lily. But then I figured out what extensively can happen, Lily. I was such a little kid, I was such my own little world, because I kept on gorilling, I kept on doing my own thing, because I knew criminal records were way bigger than mine, and I kept on talking shit about criminal record that looked like a fight. To the fact where I forgot the dirt cops and they're in charge. This shit can never change, Lily. And you're fuck me up, Lily. I can be here all the way until I'm fucking dead. Way past my 80s, way past my 60s, way past my 40s. As my mother used the first level, which I knew was the first level, Lily, that's when you're complaining about, girls and shit on top of clothes. But see, it's telling you don't have social intuition, Lily, and sees, referring you to sports, things like this and that. And then you get closer to gangs, Lily, and then you want be a cartoonist, you want to animate your cartoon, and now you can't go to school because now you're influenced by things like drugs, this and that, Lily. So I'm like, oh, it's this DeVario. DeVario ended up controlling my entire life. Why? Because the people I worked with have way worse criminal records, Lily, and they were scared to make a move. And then when I figured out how domestic violence works, Lily, I'm like, yo, bitch, Lily, like Deborah, Cindy, Bree, if all you do is fucking perform on stage, Lily, look more sexy as stars of the moon, Lily, then you will have to activate your domestic violence. Like, no, you don't have to deal with my dad. You understand? I'm an accident child molester. I do way worse than you. I'm like, okay, I was never in a situation that was similar, Lily. The cops never paid for my change. They stopped me from winning. It got down to a time where my friends were so mad at me because of how correct I came with my mom, all the way to a point where they got mad because somebody can actually be his family. They wanted to hold on to her gangster, instead of actually holding on to society and get real money. Anyway, at the group home, I had a best girlfriend named Daniela, and we started listening to her Right There remix, because everybody knows I'm really good at rhyming and remixes. All in one sequence, me and my crew are watching Transformers on TV, Lily were watching a new fucking burger commercial on TV, I was listening to new Right There remix on TV. So everything got rewarded. The rhyming got rewarded, Lily, and that's where the girls got rewarded, Lily. And when I started living on Newgrounds, Lily was what I knew. So what happened was I was an amazing rapper, and Lily, I knew how to do a lot, I knew how to make a book. I had a comic book that was really hot on the radio. Yeah, I didn't ask a dumb question, that was flow. And what happened before when I faced my uncle at Flow, Lily, was I did the missing team during time, Lily, for substance, because what happened to my career, what happened with mental health is Lily, because I did the ugly thing, because the ugly thing has more substance, I ended up, living, a supersonic anyway, Lily, when they try to get you adjacently. I said to my uncle after I explained the whole class, oh, don't be like that. When you feel like that, stop, Lily, control yourself. Lily, was I said, you stupid ass little prickly. Lily, I flowed 2 times. Lily, then when you tested me, I flowed again because I recognized that flow is monumental. And with meditation, you cut shit up and creating bits and pieces. So it's hella funny. Lily, I said the same thing, try too far left. I put my music radio in up in TI and everything, including the Right There, is Lily, when the game was working. Now, when I got home, Lily is when I actually started playing basketball and made the legendary shot. People still have perspective, Lily. There was this thing called cringe, through the early 2010s where it was just this and that, and cringe is in charge, and everything fucking amazing I did, Lily, got controlled by cringe. Lily, I had my abusive girlfriend, had my YouTube account, I cast them up to Lily, my mother, Lily, I don't know what stakes is in what now, Lily, I don't have money, access to my account, Lily, I'm fucking in debt, but not as much debt as others, Lily. If people keep double fine, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I told you, Lily, I messed around with gangster a little bit. Once they got over respect you like the little baby you are, Lily, I can play with big boy toys. Like right now in the street, I said, you're ignoring the whole story, you're ignoring the whole story, you're ignoring the whole story. I told you the same thing 1,000 times. Lily, your worst autistic, well, I tell you one thing, Lily, it just beats that by itself. It's Stewie Griffin fucking Brian. But anyway, most impactfully, to get back to the field, I tried to make, this video actually feel, but what's even more important about the video is the reason why they have the anger, right? Let me slow down for a minute. Let me tell you, this is all about what I used to do. Because I was the guy performing Grand Mosey at the stadium. I used to have a girlfriend named Vanessa. I used to have a son named Xavier, literally, that we called the X-Men. We got away with playing versus battles and shit. Zero at the stadium and shit. We got away with all that shit. And then eventually came into Sailor Mars. Because I taught myself when I was younger, the group home, blue is big, red is big. What happened externally, because I played off of everything, because I played off of T.I. in my music. Even far beyond that, what I knew about anime, that place was so fucking dope. I recognized that Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, started, inspiring in his fight scenes that are based off DBZ. What was Frieza's involvement? The one with the horns. I connected the horns to football, literally. So what ends up happening over time, due to me, knowing everything, is that it drags on. I didn't understand that literally, it was gonna drag on my family views, because I know what domestic violence means. I know when you say poker face, you get the hood. What happens in the hood, your word gets flipped. Now you can choose to either, have your word flipped in round 1 or round 2. I knew the guy in the studio definitely said round 1. The round 1 literally is your whole fucking life. You can die in round 1, which is what killed me. So what happened was my friends started fucking around when I started scoring. I started scoring hella high. Like at this movie theater, when Tina Turner, Lily, that could be a morph, that could be a dead person still singing and performing. Lily, I had 2 girls named Jennifer, Lily, and Daniela, Lily, perform this scene. The Devil Daughter sold her soul. Everything about rap, I knew everything about Mid-Tier and Temptations, and what she did was she broke my little He-Man, literally, by making me work hella hard. Nobody wanted to help me, literally. Then she gave me proper anger and prison. Then after the end of 29, she called me a girly man after I played proper basketball. It pissed me off, because what happened was, externally, I have a running gag of my cartoon, literally, eating me, because literally, I came to have to let go of this criminal record in order to work with me. I knew how to work in society without emphasis in order to get real things like money, and cars and shit. And the gangster, works out full disability, and it fucked me up really what she did, where I had a whole complexity. I'm taking care of city, I'm taking care of rare, I'm doing this and that. Literally what ends up happening, she says one thing, literally her one thing was connected to what she said before, so she got to back it up 100%, literally. But in reality, back when she was alive, literally, I can call out her facial reaction. Now it don't mean shit, literally. Now I feel like I can't raise her voice to her, I can't raise her voice to Uncle fucking Tommy, and guess what fucking Chris gets to say, literally, that's what you get for drilling in the past. I know if I rise up, literally, and get work from harassment, it's a trap. That's not all. Literally, what ended up happening when I started calling out the system because I was dedicated to my admin. Because what I did, to the cops of the street, because I started dancing with my girls, whether visible or invisible. And I figured out later on that they're paraphernalia. But the whole point, literally, was on the outside, literally, they could tell that I have my own cartoon. I got the admin, literally. So when I put my music on the radio, I pay up the guarantee we're dancing with the girls. I said, fuck you, I want to see the graphics in the cartoon. Literally, so that's how I came at them. So it was the exact opposite with my mother when I got home and I got devastated. Literally, because I did everything right. Literally, I continued, watching anime as a delicacy, and even accompanied the Newgrounds. When I got home, there was this television program called Primo TV, and on the television station was a show called Bakugan Battle Rollers. Literally, and so what me and James would do is we would go outside, we would go skateboarding, or we'd do something, go to the midstream, and we'd go to the pool, and then we would watch Bakugan. And then literally after all that effort, literally it drags on all the way till I'm 30, all the way till I'm 31. At least I keep on calling the system. I start reading. Me and James and Robert, and Courtney go through a phase, literally, as pretty as a girl, literally, when we're going to fucking the coffee shop that's made for fucking Filipino people, literally, after owning the whole Filipino community, literally, it pisses me off. And then what ends up happening, literally, is that I couldn't take it anymore because I ended up hacking the robot, literally, but they kept on controlling one thing because I recognized they were calling out my sexual assault, literally, to where my uncle literally can reinforce shit, this, that, this kid is fucking there. Literally, they compare, oh, they didn't blow you away, oh, they didn't call out your personal life, this and that, and I was willing to let my personal life go, literally, because when I established, to gangsters, that I have to have cake, you have to have cake too, and cake is literally, mental freeness that's there through having foolish shit friends or having fun with friends, literally, that keep you at bay, where you don't care about what other person says, so you're not like an autistic kid, having all this shit pile up at once, literally, so I needed cake. So what they did with my cake, literally, is they had a whole bunch, shit that was established, and they had their person said one thing, literally, and it pissed me off. So what ended up happening was, I had to care, literally, so what ended up happening was I recognized where a gang was, because the gang goes left to right, and when my uncle would say shit, when I recognized I was scoring, literally, it would go left, literally, but then he would control something home, literally, it got down to a point, literally, where I gained muscle by going to the gym, and I had, fast, earlier today, and then I looked at something, I'm like, you can only play games for so long, you can only know that literally it's half muscle, it's half fat for so long, because when I looked up the facts about what I actually did, literally, it turned into obesity. I'm 5'3", literally, I weigh 205, literally, it's obesity, so what I had to do was I had to actually cut the diet, literally, so when I called out, it's that we can't buy salad 9 times out of 10, so they didn't double in part the meat, but they did today, literally, when they read my Facebook shit, I'm like, there's so much fucking shit on my Facebook, you read that one thing, I'm not totally spies, literally, and so what ended up happening was I started getting mad, literally, because I have to, stop smoking or to get a job. I know getting a job isn't the fucking picture, literally, because a lot of times I attend their pulling the spider strings, their double implied that the Devil's Prada movie was made for me, the double implies all that shit, so guess what ends up happening, alright, literally, I start thinking for peeps, I start thinking for this and that, when I actually fasted, literally, when I first faced my mom in 2021, I was watching shit that causing this thing, but actually so amazing anime, where I can actually fast and stop smoking weed, literally, I'm like, I can't even eat pizza, I can't even do this anymore, literally, I started getting mad, I started getting angry, I started thinking for things that literally fucking were fattening back in the day, because watching movies for nerds isn't working, and it's infuriating, literally, so it got down to a point, literally, I got so fucking pissed off, so knick-knack, this and that I'm calling out your shit, I'm like, bruh, get your weak ass morals, literally, thinking that literally you can call out, oh, what can eventually happen, you get your money, literally, we'll see dropped out and just living in general, literally, there's no fucking way, there's no bringing your fucking loser, literally, you would hurt, literally, don't be like, oh, he got me right now, but he doesn't know the whole thing, oh, literally, he ain't get on the punching it, that's some damn crappers, he ain't go surfing, he ain't go to fucking trappers for sailing. Now, I can't raise my burst her, and since fuck me up when dead, literally, I know these people literally are in a different world because of scoring. I know in order for them to be visible, they have to make the right moves. The exact opposite they're doing, getting me head in public and shit. I'm done with this shit, literally. I'm going back to school, do this and that, literally. I'm not relying on a sewer power, I'm not relying on government. I'm gonna slam life past by, because like I told you, literally, life is just when you see I have all that shit that gangsters still with in between. That's why I'm emo. I will actually fucking cut myself, but you let me do things like I literally drink alcohol on the level where I have to kill my brain cells because you don't understand I run the whole company. You don't let me in that motherfucker throughout this 5 years of having this fucking boom bass. I still haven't used it once, and I can ride a star anywhere. Literally, what I want to do my boom bass, so I want to be rich, I want to ride a star, I want to watch some fucking movies from the boom bass. Literally, I want to do all this fucking shit. I want to fucking literally have fun. The boom bass can make food, it can make all this fucking shit. Literally, I'm not able to use it for over 6 years, and I used it. Literally, what you're second say, I'm trying to make sure you're double insured society that you're actually safe enough to use their equipment. Literally, when you're following me for my sexual crime, you stupid motherfucker. Waiting for the right moment to come in saying, literally, did I establish that you and me do the second same thing? So I knew about gangsta. I knew Lily, I fucking creature that pay up the one time that you stutter versus the time that you made 6, 9 times out of 10 that it was gonna be a sick creature that was gonna resort to 8 in the fucking win, Lily. So I'm like, don't try to get over at me. I have something that can kill you or fucking automatically if you let me fight fair. So I told her, if you want this shit to continue with my mom, then let me fight fair. Let me go to court, Lily, with all my money, Lily, with my kids and stuff like that. Let me Lily get a real fucking trial with real shit. And you don't want it because you want to be a pay pew pew shit, Lily, where girls can cry rape and shit. I forget all the passion, Lily, and Cody Yoko football player, Lily, get the fuck out of here, Lily. It's my life versus yours, Lily. This is after, I'm downloading Sonic games and Snap. I just took an ultimate hit, Lily. I just tried to, erase her computer. I was fucking Sonic, Lily. She was charming, Lily. I got knocked out, Lily. I never placed in the fucking race, and she got number fucking 1. I'm like, oh, well, who the one who showed you all these fucking comments and shit? I'm done. Lily, that's where it lands on every single day, because what happens, Lily, is it lands on a movie, it lands on Lily while I look at my laptop, it lands on Lily a new notification on my phone, Lily, every time she says something cold, Lily, you rely on my next move next, Lily, and what you do is you hit my head up, Lily, to a fucking solar system, Lily, to a fucking star machine, in order to make me mad, Lily, and all you do is know it's like, oh, the next skateboard move, oh, the next time we're gonna talk to a girl, oh, the next rim jump, well, the whole time I told you the rule is about Isaiah and consistency.